Hey, you guys. We are here today to celebrate the Upload VR Summer Showcase. That is kicking off in just 14 minutes. There's going to be some PSVR stuff. There's going to be some non-PSVR stuff. But guys, Dave, thank you so much for showing your beautiful face today. I'm so happy to have you back after you were replaced by that beardless wonder yesterday.
Yeah, strange indeed.
Was it weird watching the show without having been here?
No, and I only caught the end because I was not feeling great, so I was laying down. But
hope you're feeling better today.
It seemed like you guys had fun and you did a good job. So I always like Shug. It's cool.
It's tolerable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And we got AJ from the Underground over there. His fourth appearance on the channel this week. I feel like he's about to
overtime today.
He's about to move in, man. Tornado's gonna have to move to your place, and you're gonna have to move in here. That would be awesome if it was just AJ lying up there the whole time, just head hanging over the edge, being like,
Tornado's much cuter.
I mean, no complaints here. Absolutely no objections. All right, you guys, with 13 minutes to spare. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Jupiter Skies, Matthew Longo, Daddy Longlegs, Hunter the Game Cat, Ash BR, Cat27, Beard Power. Guys, so many cool cats. We appreciate you watching this over here with us because it's not even one of our events. So shout out to Upload and everybody that's doing great things over there. It should be a good time, though. It should be a really good time. Guys, is there... Obviously, a lot of developers have already talked about their participation in this show on Twitter or multiple other social media sources. Is there anything that you're specifically excited to see today?
Dave?
No one's excited.
AJ, I could have sworn you would have something to say there. I was giving you an opportunity.
Well,
I don't know too much about what we know is going to be in here. I was ready to be excited. So no spoilers for Dave. I don't even know what we're about to see.
I mean...
So what are you excited about?
I mean, After the Fall has become definitely one of my most anticipated games.
Yeah.
And, I'm just so excited for a horror-themed game, whether it's scary or not. I just, Doom 3 I wouldn't call particularly scary, but I love games that, that kind of err on the side of the shit that I love, even if it's going to be like this straightforward action shooter thing. And I feel like After the Fall could very well delve a little bit more into the horror stuff than Doom does. I think it could very much be... there could be some tense, scary moments. They did some really good things in Arizona Sunshine, especially when you go into the mines, and you're like, that flashlight really only shines just enough, and then sometimes, zombies get to drop on you. So I think they know what they're doing over there. So I hope we get a release date for that, because that's something that they've been saying summer 2021 for a while. So an actual release date, or even give us a month just to sort of start narrowing it down. I'd be happy with that. Maybe some new gameplay.
PSVR 2 reveal or bust, Brian.
You're not going to let Upload VR reveal it.
No, but I'm excited. I'll be honest with you. I've been playing a lot of Pistol Whip lately, and I'm excited to see what they have to show. I hope to get more details on the concierge, and of course, Smoke and Thunder. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Want that Western update. I want to see some of that sweet gameplay, because all we got before was just like a little, I don't know. Just little do and like a tumbleweed or something, and the logo for it. So I want to see the actual gameplay of it, some of the levels, some details on that, and of course just more PSVR related stuff. We know that there's definitely going to be some PSVR stuff here, so excited to see more. Just lots of gameplay. Give me the gameplay. That's what I love.
Yeah, Big Show with the $2 tip. Already stirring the pot. Every time he comments, he likes to get Quest users all riled up. He says, Oculus guy showing some love the show. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait for the comments that you're going to be sharing with us today. Yeah, do not expect, like 100%, just letting you guys know in the chat that are watching with us, don't expect, I wouldn't say any real new game reveals for PSVR. I would say literally don't expect anything for PSVR 2. That'll be something that happens later in the year with Sony. But I am kind of excited because anything they showed that's not even for PSVR, I do feel like has the potential to come to PSVR 2, right? Any of these games that haven't been announced for PlayStation VR, all these developers could be on board for next gen Sony.
As long as it looks good, yeah. I want it
Yeah.
to come to PSVR as well. But we did get, you said don't expect any surprises or anything, and it's good to keep your expectations in check like that. But I would like it would be cool to get one or two maybe. Last year they revealed Operencia, the Stolen Sun, and I am a big fan of that game. So I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but I'm hoping that there is something snuck in there so that at least some people could be surprised, excited by a new reveal. But looks like End Dreams might be there as well. So would love to see more Fracked. I'm curious. Do you think any of these games are going to get a release date?
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
That would be the big win, I think, is knowing when it's coming out. Like,
Right.
new footage is fun and all, but I've made up my mind about most of these games already.
Right.
So just
That
tell
they
me
all
when
are
I can
great.
buy them.
Yeah, I mean, like the last thing we want, like I know that as much as we love Truant Pixel, I feel like they're showing too much of Runner, like especially for a game that's way too far out. I think it's time for them to go on Media Blackout. They're doing the kind of the same thing that Ven VR Adventure did, where it's like we
Oh.
saw every level of Ven. And what's up? Yeah,
Real quick, End Dreams in the chat just said maybe.
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 Well, we know you're gonna
I was
be
talking
there,
about
guys.
Release dates.
Release date
I
would be
was talking about
amazing.
release dates.
Nice.
That's exciting.
Show me more skiing and explosions.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to say is like we just saw the gameplay reveal of Fracked, and everybody is sold on it. Like media
Yeah.
blackout time. Like just go silent until you have a release date, which could very well be today. Don't reveal anything else. I want everything in that game to be a surprise. I've seen enough, right? And that's what I'm
Don't be
saying.
selfish, Brian.
That's what I'm saying about Ven VR Adventure and Runner. It's like I'm sold. I'm sold. Don't oversell. Or I feel like I've seen everything before I played it.
Calm down, Brian.
And I know
It's okay.
there's a lot of gaming shows. There's a lot of gaming shows. So there is pressure to be like, well, we're going to show this in this gaming show and this and this and this and this and this, and then next thing you know, you've showed your whole game. So
No, this isn't the same, man. That was like showing every single concept art as
Yeah.
it was being made and posted weekly and stuff. I do want to see more Fracked. I want to see a level that looks a little bit different than the last one we've seen, or some more of the skiing sections, or I want to know if there's challenges in the game. And like I said,
That would be fun to know, but we didn't know until Blood and Truth was pretty much out that it had all that extra stuff, did we? Like, did they talk about that, those extra modes when they were showing the game off, like in trailers? I think the trailers for Blood and Truth were like all story footage, all campaign.
well, a lot
I
of those
didn't
modes
even
came
know.
later, didn't they?
Well, yeah, they trickled them out. Yeah, there were. I think it came with some kind of replayable thing. To
I don't
unlock
know.
something.
I don't know if those.
Well, there was like
Challenges
you could
that they
replay
had launched.
sections to get a different gun that was like a machine gun or a rocket launcher or something. I think if you got 100 stars or something like that, minigun. That's what it was. Yeah.
We did-
But yeah, they did kind of trickle out the rest of the stuff. So I hope there's anything like that at all in Fract. That would be awesome.
We've got
Like
the
slalom
actual
challenges and stuff. You know.
We've got the actual Dwight K. Schrute in the chat, saying
Oh, fun.
asking about the Aftershock update from for Saints and Sinners. What's the
Maybe we'll
possibility
find
you think
out.
that those guys could be here today?
We'll see. Although if you already showed off something and then said you had to push it out, I wouldn't keep showing it off until you're ready to release it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because if you still don't have a release date, then you're just waving it in people's faces and you're still, delayed.
But maybe,
Right,
but
so-
it could very well be, hey, sorry for the delay. Here's a little bit more footage, and here's a release date. We promise we're going to get it out this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to wait for a showcase for that, though. That should have been a tweet. If they're like, hey, we fixed the delay, it's
Yeah.
not a delayed anymore, that's a tweet you send
That's true.
out. Like,
That's true. I definitely agree. Definitely would like to find out when that's coming though. Be really nice to jump back into that game. I've been looking for an excuse, and that's exactly the excuse I need.
maybe Tiffany will roll through here and tell us something.
Yeah.
I
We
like
know
this nice soothing music they've got going on in the waiting screen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have it up. Is it
little ambient
Mhm,
music.
a little ambient music, just little twinkles. That's nice.
okay?
Looking out into like space, I guess, and it just has their logo. Yeah.
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. No. I'm curious to see like what they have for non PSVR stuff too. I know obviously this is a PSVR channel. I always like to kind of know what's going on outside of our little bubble. We know that Joyway is going to be there showing off not Stride, showing off their kind of. Is it a rhythm game? Is it a shooter? What I mean?
It's like a beat. Yeah, it's like a noir rhythm game.
Yeah.
It's the rail shooter, Beat Saber, pistol whip.
Oh yeah, that one looks interesting.
But I was just thinking, we were talking when AJ was talking about Pistol Whip, I couldn't help but think, I don't know why this crossed my mind, but with Facebook buying Beat Games and now owning Beat Saber, how crazy would it be if Sony bought Cloudhead Games? Like, I know it's never like a one-to-one thing. Well, if you guys are going to buy these guys, well, we're going to buy this. How crazy would that be?
I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, Sony doesn't need to buy any of these.
Well,
to be honest
and also, as much as I like Pistol Whip, the guy from Cloudhead Games has some interesting takes on where VR ought to go.
Yeah.
And one of those is that we should move away from sticks and always have some kind of like actual movement system where you're moving your body around. And I'm like, dude, people don't want to do that. People really don't want to do that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel just because it's a VR game. And like, I don't know. It just, sticks will be fine. Just give us the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, one thing at a time, right?
Fine.
Like
it's still a video game. I know it's still like, if I want to go pay $30 for some total big room immersive VR experience where 4 of my friends get together, that's fine. That's one thing. Location-based VR has its place, but I don't want location-based VR in my tiny ass studio apartment. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Matthew Longo says Sony hasn't bought Bluepoint, so don't hold your breath. But they haven't bought Bluepoint yet. So AJ says they don't need to do this. The problem is well, that's the problem. If not yet, that allows another company to swoop in, like Facebook, who has seemingly unlimited amounts of money, and buy them, right? So like I would say that it's not something Sony needs to do for themselves. I think it's something they need to do to kind of make sure that they don't lose out on something next gen. It's all these studios all these smaller studios have the potential of being purchased by bigger companies, and so I just think it's one of those things that Sony, I'm sure, keeps an eye on, and especially like we have no idea what the follow up to Pistol Whip will be. I'm sure they're going to be working on Pistol Whip for quite a while. The same with Beat Saber. Like we're in no danger of getting a Beat Saber 2 anytime soon. If they do, they could be shooting themselves in the foot. So like it might not be something they need to do right now, but I do think it's something they need to be keeping an eye on, just because the last thing you want is you turn around and then suddenly like every game, from all of these studios that we loved are suddenly no longer coming to our platform because Facebook bought them all up. It's just a cautionary tale. That's all.
No, I know, but what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal when they've got their first party and stuff and all that aligned. But anyways, I mean that's besides the point.
Yeah.
We got highlights and games to talk about today. It's gonna be great.
We had 5 minutes to kill. I was just spitballing, seeing what stuck.
Ooh, it's almost time. Give me one sec. I gotta grab some water.
It is almost game time. Saturday. What is up, guys?
All right, well let's head on over there.
Toasty favorites at Dunkin', like new
bacon
bacon-topped avocado toast, toasted grilled cheese melts, or rich and creamy avocado.
Skip the Dunkin' Donuts ad. There we go. Ooh, that is pleasant music. Whew, I like it. All right, there we go. We now have the VR showcase full screen, and let's make sure
I
that.
was hearing avocado toast. Now I want avocado toast.
Avocado toast sounds wonderful. Here, now we're on the screen too. Hey, everybody. All right, as always, guys, if you don't want us ruining the show for you, make sure you can watch us on Upload. I don't think anyone will be talking over it, but we'll do our best not to talk over people talking over things. And of course
we'll talk over gameplay though.
We'll talk over gameplay, and we will definitely, obviously, be here for the post show. I don't know how long this is supposed to be, but we will be here when it's over to kind of do a little wrap up, say what we're most excited for, and we can't wait to see your comments, see what you're looking forward to the most as well. Guys, we have 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Let's get it.
This is going to be almost as good as April's PSVR. Almost. I can feel it.
They should have called it Summer's PSVR.
Let's get us off the screen. Ooh, PlayStation. Yes. All right, we're off to a good start.
Oh, it fracked at the beginning.
Line, but keep it fast.
Oh, yes.
ain't meant to be this painful. Getting shot to pieces here.
That's what I want to see. Give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, I want this.
Keep at it, tough guy. Not much further now.
Pink mountains. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted.
This place looks abandoned.
Yeah, take a look around. Call down the funicular carriage. It's your only way up.
Punch that button.
Looks like we have come.
That button. Oh yeah.
It's on the
Cover system.
What the hell is that thing?
My gameplay is not going to look anywhere near this slick. When you guys see me screaming this shit, I'm going to be like, he's shooting me! I can't get in cover in time.
Get out of here.
This is so, like, cinematically done.
Doors closing. Please take this time to forget about your friends and families. You have a wonderful, hard-working day ahead of you. On behalf of Mr. Finch and the Finch Tech Corporation, I'd like...
casual 15-14 not on rails. I don't know how many times we have to say it. Not a rails game.
On behalf of Mr. Finch and the Finch Tech Corporation, I'd like to thank... Please do time as happy working day.
I mean, kind of on rails, because they're on a train.
Now that was too close. Shit! Come on, concentrate. Don't look down. This doesn't feel safe. Damn, that was close.
That's it. Just keep on climbing.
Love stuff like this.
Woo! That's what you want to
my
see in a trailer.
God.
That's right.
Still says summer 21. Damn it.
Oh, that looked good,
Come
didn't
on.
it? And if you like that, then make sure to stay tuned next month because Fract is
incredible.
going to be the Upload Access Game of the Month. We'll have plenty more to share on the game. Thanks so much to Endreams for showing us the latest from Fract.
All right,
Like,
let's
Jamie,
kick
where'd you
off the
come
show.
from? Didn't realize it was part of the
like
stream.
he's here with us.
Yeah.
I feel like he's here with us.
Welcome to the Upload VR Showcase 2021. I'm Zena.
And I'm Jamie.
We're going to be your guides for the next 45 minutes or so of VR game trailers and reveals.
As always, we want to give a big thank you to every VR developer taking part today. It hasn't been the easiest year for anyone, and the work you're trusting us to present is truly admirable.
Jamie,
Zena.
I think it's time to introduce VOD.
Kind of a weird character to show off because the arm thing looks a little awkward in games sometimes. You know what I mean? It's kind of funky. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they might have sold it better by just showing the guy with a gun or something. I don't know. This looks totally fun.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure VOD is in my top 5 favorite VR characters now.
Yep, I guess you could say my body is ready.
Oh god.
Anyway, moving on, let's get the latest from Walter the Wizard.
Oh no, Jamie. No puns.
Stop it, Jamie.
We've done some amazing things together, haven't we? And just when we think we've seen it all, our reality keeps expanding. This is natural magic, and it is yours to control. But be careful. This reality is not ours alone.
The humans have discovered a way into the fortress.
You guys think this is an update
Creatures,
or a full new
they
game?
won't last long.
Looks like an update.
Do not let it take the artifact!
Oh, July 6th. Pretty soon.
Walter the Wizard's Natural Magic update is coming out on July 6th. Earlier this year, indie studio 17-Bit revealed a gorgeous
Here
new
we go.
survival VR game called Song in the Smoke.
Here we go.
Today, we've got a sneak peek at an in-depth look at the game coming your way soon.
A sneak peek at an in-depth
This
look
is at its core
coming soon.
a survival
Okay.
adventure game. It's a game about a person's journey through kind of a very vast, wild landscape. A lot of danger, a lot of beauty. It's a very somber game. It's kind of different than what we do at 17-Bit normally. We're known for kind of cartoony, goofy, fun stuff. This game is a very different direction, but it's been a fantastic project. It's really, when I first experienced VR, I was immediately completely floored. I mean, I was in tears almost at how incredible the experience is. I mean, it's not a game anymore. It's a world that you are inside of. And when I started thinking about what I would like to do, I thought about creating a world. I mean, creating a living, breathing world, which you hear all the time, but for the first time, it wouldn't be just a game. You would be in this world. And if we could make the rules of the world simple enough, you could survive virtually in this world. And I wanted to populate that world with living creatures that lived and behaved and acted like real wild animals. I want these animals to have reactions. I want them to feel fear, to be afraid, hungry, tired, nervous. And I wanted to make a world that was completely interlocked and completely interbreathing. The deer are hungry and they're looking for food, and they're nervous and they're startled by sounds. If they see you from a distance, nothing is canned in this game. Like, everything is a kind of a dice roll or driven by the AI to be like, okay, if he sees you at a distance and he's well fed, he's maybe not that nervous. He's going to watch you for a while before he gets spooked. If you run after him or start coming at him, at some point he's going to react realistically and he's going to run away. So everything in this world is meant to be alive. I mean, I was watching my children play chasing fish at the ocean in this little kind of pond, and they had a net. And just them running around chasing after these animals was incredibly engaging to them. And I was like, this doesn't have to be crazy high levels of artificial intelligence. It just has to act realistically and be sort of alive.
So good, man.
Yeah.
Song in the Smoke is good.
Really
Wait, that logo doesn't.
That guy's really.
Song in the
eloquent,
Smoke is coming to Oculus
that was
Rift,
great.
Quest, and PSVR this summer.
I'm super excited about that shit.
Is it the Joyway game?
That's come a long way.
Yeah. A little too Ninja Legends for my taste.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. The initial show off was much more stylized in a good way, I thought. This looks like they tried to spruce it up and it's just like there's something off about it.
There we go. A little movement helps.
Against looks like a brutal and bloody take on Beat Saber, and I'm totally into it. Next up, we've got a little help from our friends.
Hi everyone, we are Cass and Cherry and we have a few new VR titles for you today. We have space battles, drum battles, samurai battles, and even adorable dinosaur puzzle battles. Take a good look because these games will be with you very soon.
Eternal Starlight is a tactical space combat game in which you command a fleet of ships, zoom in and out using intuitive VR controls, and outflank your enemies when the game launches on Oculus Quest and PSVR next week. Samurai Slaughterhouse is all in the name. Inspired by classic movies, the game is all about slicing through enemies with your katana. It's coming to PSVR in the near future. Smash Drums is every drummer's VR dream. This VR rhythm game trades lightsabers for drumsticks as you smash your way through 21 songs. It will be on Oculus App Lab on June 17th.
Beat Saber minus the fun.
And finally, let's take a look at new gameplay from the upcoming PSVR version of Puzzle Bobble 3D. This classic puzzle game has been completely reimagined in VR, complete with adorable dinos. It's coming to the platform later this year.
And I will reserve judgment until I play it.
Unplugged is a VR music game that allows you to play air guitar and feel like a rock star just using hands tracking technology. So that means no plastic guitar, no globes, no anything, just you rocking hard. It is really amazing to think about this last year, because at the beginning we were thinking really small. After the partnership with Vertigo Games, the game kind of exploded. We have bands in the soundtrack that we always loved, like The Offspring.
Here comes my copyright claims.
The lead guitarist from Guitar Hero,
Yeah,
Marcus
mute it.
Henderson, has joined Unplugged. His experience and passion has taken the game to another level.
I have a guitar right over there.
Strap on the headset and get yourself on stage. You'll be able to pick from your choice of guitars and amps and help you power yourself through this incredible rock journey.
His voice is behind me. I don't know what's going on.
We've made a huge progress on the gameplay over the last months. Now we have several different nodes, power-ups, mini-games, crowd interaction, and much more. We have famous music, an amazing team, and we are putting all our heart on the game so we can create a real love letter to rock.
We're some of the biggest, loudest, most insanely cool songs. So get your fingers warmed up, and we'll see you in the game soon.
Get out of my soul! That guy's throwing me off big time.
Get your VR air guitar on when Unplugged launches on Oculus Quest and hand-tracked enabled Steam VR headsets later this fall. Now time to check in with yet more friends.
Hey. Sam and Max?
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Hey, Max, how many times have we had to bust out of some criminal cheeseball's lair?
This week or in toto?
You'll be locked into a room and must use your wits to obtain egress.
You know, you could just say it's an escape room.
Just go on in.
We've locked you here in the park's old security center and hidden clues all over the place. The goal is to find the 3 hidden keys. You'll be judged on how fast you escape. And also on your evening gown. The 3 keys will be hidden within 3 deceptively innocent receptacles.
Like a puppy or Greta Thunberg.
That sure looks like a key.
Or maybe that's just what we want you to think. I prefer my screwdrivers with just a
Played like a
beef jerky. Oh, a vintage 1972
VR game that
Waffleberry
gave me that
cartoon
point and
show
click adventure
lunch
feeling.
Hey Sam, if you say
like
blue key over and over again,
Yeah, it's an escape room.
gibberish.
Whose bright idea was it to put an Aquabear costume in the closet?
Don't look at me! Those things are creepy!
Our escape
So
rooms for
that's what
point and
happened
click
to my
adventures
frozen
VR.
bagel
No.
weenie. I don't know how adventurers ever got by without primary colored keys.
Ooh, a clue about the bigger story
I think
inside the
Deracine is
smaller
like point and
story.
click adventure.
It's like Inception! Only dumber!
Go for it, Max. I'm recording all this for posterity.
Isn't that illegal?
Maybe. Well clued, kiddo. Come downstairs for a debrief.
But I don't wear any. Oh, I get it.
That's some top-notch deductifying there, Cadet. You've passed the Get a Clue challenge.
Of course, had this been a real death trap, there would have been poison gases and live tigers, so it really doesn't count. But here is your grade report.
We cannot wait to meet Sam and Max in person this summer in VR.
That's cool.
I said summer for Quest and then coming soon for every other platform.
I saw gifs of this little clips that they were showing. Oh no.
No, it's the little arcade basketball thing.
Let's see. Will it transform?
Maybe there's different types. Okay, yeah, they got different hoops.
Shooting them?
No one said it would be easy.
This is like one of the new games in like.
I mean, it looks pretty slick if it's cheap. Like, I don't know. It totally depends on what the challenges are, if it feels good to play. Because it looks pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. For what it is. Bear. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't want to go there yet. Into Hoop. Bare hands. Coming soon to Oculus Quest.
Hand-tracked hoop shooting? We're in. Okay, time to welcome back Cloudhead Games with a sneak peek at Pistol Whip's new style system.
There we go.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Joel from Cloudhead Games.
Hey,
Today
Joel.
we're going to give you the very first look at our new style system for Pistol Whip. It's a way to let you remix the gameplay to make it harder, easier, or just plain wild. I'm here with our lead level designer and my new best friend, Daniel Taylor. He's going to jump into the game and we're going to give you the tour. Let's go.
I thought we were
Pistol
your
Whip
best friend.
continues to evolve, and this update brings significant changes to the game, adding tons of new features and content.
isn't it?
So we've given the whole UI a classy new look and feel. So what is a style? Well, you can think of it as a preset that combines a weapon type with gameplay modifiers to remix Pistol Whip in endless ways, each with their own custom leaderboards. The intensity rating will help you find styles that fit your skill, mobility level, or just your mood every time you play. When Daniel selects a scene, his current active style will show here. Right now, he's got Classic selected, which is a single pistol and no modifiers. This is how we recommend everybody starts playing Pistol Whip, but when you're ready for more, just look to the new Styles menu. Here, you'll find tons of fun playstyles to try out, curated by the devs and the community. Daniel's checking out the featured section, which will recommend 2 themed styles every week. He's looking for some light-hearted gunslinging, so he's chosen I Reckon Your Heads Are Too Big style, which features our new revolver weapon type and a brand new modifier. Our campaign scenes can now be played with any style. He's back, and this time he's got bullets. Now Daniel wants to see what everyone else is playing, so he's gonna head to the trending section, which shows the most popular styles. He's going with Burst Fire Deadeye this time, which uses the weapon from our 2089 sci-fi campaign. This feels a bit too easy for a pro like Daniel, so he's gonna switch to Customize mode. Here, you can modify a style or build a brand new one from scratch using any one of our 5 different weapon types and a huge collection of modifiers. Since it's leg day, Dan's gonna add Bullet Hell, another brand new mod that'll definitely make you sweat.
Oh, I like it.
It's hard.
I mean, I already spent a lot like this one,
Yeah.
but I'll sweat some more.
Nice try,
Let's go.
bud.
Shit.
All right, that was just a taste of the new style system. We can't wait to get it into your hands because like everything else in Pistol Whip, it'll get bigger and better with your feedback. It releases this summer alongside our brand new cinematic action campaign, Smoke and Thunder. I'll see you there, heroes.
Show us gameplay.
They're saving Smoke and Thunder for Without Parole.
Now we're going from Rhythm Shooter to Rhythm of the Universe. Let's take a look at how Road 2 Entertainment is using its upcoming VR
sweet.
game to make
Ionia.
a positive impact on the Earth.
Going green. Any epileptics, please leave the building.
Every story
right
has
now.
a beginning.
You're
At
like
Road
a
2
headache.
Entertainment, our beginning starts with a purpose, to make a positive impact in the world around us. We have partnered with numerous non-profits during past projects and are happy to announce our partnership with the Wildlife Warriors Worldwide, established by Steve and Terry Irwin. Road 2 Entertainment and Media is donating 5% of the virtual reality game Rhythm of the Universe Ionia to the Wildlife Warriors in an effort to support wildlife conservation. Join us as we make a positive impact in the world, one game at a time.
I mean, that's
So
good.
I'm excited about Ionia.
Rhythm of the
but,
Universe brings a
if
frankly
you're seeing
stunning
this,
world
Jamie,
to VR
don't put a
headsets
section
Q3
like that
this
in.
year.
A bunch of people in your chat are complaining about epilepsy.
Looks like you've hit the
So,
jackpot
like,
with another
just watch out
relaxing
for
mission.
that.
And while you'll need to go undercover and make use of our latest disguise technology, you'll also enjoy traveling in style to luxurious locales. Of course, the agency will provide a well-balanced meal plan and a strict health regimen to keep you in shape. But you will be able to enjoy the finer things now and again. Speaking of which, you'll be meeting my favorite actor.
We've all seen him on the big screen and the red carpet. Please help me welcome Mr. John Juniper.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
You always get the best missions, but after all the brilliant work you've done, you deserve everything that comes your way. Please just don't embarrass us in front of Mr. Juniper.
I can see you're settling in. Please make yourself comfortable.
Expect lasers, bombs, assassins, and, well, death in I Expect You to Die 2, coming this summer to all headsets.
Welcome to the Oasis. Welcome to the Upload VR Showcase. My name is Mike, and today I'm here to introduce 4 new VR indie titles heading your way soon. From ferocious monster battles to roguelite shooters and saving sushi bars to becoming an executioner in VR. These games highlight the sheer creativity of our VR indie developers. So, let's dive in. Blockbuster VR is a manic kaiju game coming to a headset near you soon. Let off some steam by unleashing your inner Godzilla, smashing the city to dust and feasting on its poor citizens, all whilst fending off an army trying to take you down. Expect more information on this monster masher later this year. Sushi Ben VR is a vibrant anime-style game which is all about saving your favourite sushi bar from going out of business. But you won't be serving up the sushi. Instead, your job is to convince other people to come and eat at your favourite spot by completing tasks and narrative encounters. A unique game with a unique art style coming in 2022.
Is it a unique art style? Is it?
I haven't seen anything with those cartoon pop-ups in that style. That genre of game. I think it looks pretty interesting.
And this is where things get a little darker.
And it's not just a straight
Sentence
cooking
VR
game,
puts you in the grim shoes of an executioner. It's not all head chopping and appeasing the bloodthirsty crowd, though. Developer Samuel Gordon hopes players will question their actions and maybe even feel a pinch of regret for their deeds. This will be coming to PC VR headsets next month.
Remastered for mobile.
And finally, this is Sweet Surrender, a new roguelike shooter from the developers of Growrilla. This game will have you blasting your way through a procedurally generated dystopian mega tower with agile combat, upgradable abilities, and a cool cel-shaded art style. This one looks to be a blast for PC VR shooter fans looking for something a little different. You can check out an early demo of this game as part of Steam's Next Fest coming next week.
PSVR stuff is definitely so fun.
Oh, I mean, compared to like Frack, this looks like a kid's project or something, you know? Not that this is like, I don't want to shit on
And that's all from me. Thanks to Upload for inviting me to take part in the summer showcase, and enjoy the rest of the show. Cheers.
Hey, long time no see, Winglands.
This better be a fucking PSVR announcement.
It would be nice. Finally gonna do it.
Come on, do it. This looks so fun. I want to play it, my friend.
The game's already out, so this has to be.
That's what I'm saying. It's either a big update or is it out on? It's not on Quest. It could be Quest release, I guess. Quest 2. But hopefully it's PSVR.
Down for this.
Yeah, man, we were co-op games.
There's definitely some Quest graphics, so it's at least Quest.
PSVR fans, we know you've been waiting, and we're happy to confirm that Windlands 2 is finally coming to the platform later this summer. But stay tuned, because here's a little more PSVR news.
Awesome.
Excellent.
More PSVR news. Hey!
Traffic jams.
Got a lot of traffic. We've got a solid traffic controller. Traffic jam, now in Visual Kodak PlayStation VR. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Fisa i terapia di progra. Cosa ripara dei traffic controlli. Se fuori bumchika. Hokori traffic control e PlayStation VR. Hey boom chicka boom. No.
It looks fun. Yeah. Oh, they have mini games and stuff. Yeah.
It's a simple concept, but it seems like it added so much to it.
Yeah. It looks like, there's a phone app. That's cool. This looks really fun, actually. I gotta be honest. I would play this. Oh, 26th August 26th. A little ways out, but not too bad. We got a date now.
It's a
That's
green
good.
light for Traffic Jam's
so many games
PSVR version. How about we keep things green?
Hi everyone, my name is Cami and I represent Incubo at today's showcase.
Green Hell.
Green Hell VR is a project that we fell in love with from the early start. That's why we've decided to work on 2 versions of the game at the same time, with 2 separate teams. One team is responsible for the PC VR version, and the other team is responsible for the Quest version. Now I'd like to invite you to enjoy our newest video.
You didn't say PlayStation.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say PlayStation?
That's okay. I don't. After the way.
It's gonna be a PSVR 2 game.
After the way Layers of Fear came out, I was like, keep your fucking shit.
I feel you.
Away from us.
That place is beautiful.
That's true. They haven't dumbed it down that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I liked the game, but it looked bad.
Well, this is the trailer that has the typical person in VR, like, looking at their hands and it's like, oh, look at their hands. Oh, they do look like it's better than mixed reality.
They're doing a better job.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Check. Trying to balance our levels a little bit here.
Where's the help part?
From hot and sweaty jungles to the frozen wastes of LA, it's time for another look at After the Fall.
Yep, here we go.
After the Fall is all about a VR co-op experience with 4 people and replayability. We want you to continuously play with your friends and go in over and over to just kick ass with your friends and fight really cool enemies.
In After the Fall, we have a game director system, which basically means that every session that you play is different every time you play it. For example, you can have a huge horde of Snowbreed coming at you, or you can have multiple stronger enemies at you. It's every session you do is basically different.
For After the Fall, we really focused on cross-platform. So you can play on PC, Quest or PS4 all together and still experience the same gameplay.
Our largest challenge is getting those very high-end PC players able to play with those lower-end mobile VR players. Visually, they're obviously not going to be the same. What needs to be the same is the gameplay. The enemies are on the same locations, the walls are on the same locations, where player A is looks the same as where he would be for player B, and shooting as well, they should all be identical. So we make sure automatically that they are in parity with each other.
Everybody playing together and shooting zombies together, that is like the core experience we're trying to create.
Looks like you've done it.
Four-player co-op? Check. Cross-play on all platforms? Check. Hordes of zombies? You got it. Can After the Fall just be here already, please?
Hi, I'm Tom Hall, Senior Creative Director for Resolution Games. We've got a couple of really cool updates for you. Let's take a look. One we're excited about, The Last Dawn, is now going to have a single-player campaign. which is really cool. You get to battle against these 4 Octopresence mod ops. Once you've defeated all of them, you get to face their boss, Argentia. She's a really cool boss that is going to be difficult to defeat, but I think you can do it. One of the cool things about this new update is some of the sort of flavor around the world. You get to learn more about this interesting future dystopia we've created. Also in this update, you'll get to see a new area, Scrapper Street, full of robots moving around and cars flying overhead and more of the cool, edgy future that Blast On fans have grown to love. At the end of Scrapper Street is a new arena, and you're going to have to find it and earn your way into it.
1 minute.
Also featured in this update is the ability to use tokens, so you can put them in a jukebox and choose many songs, or you can put them in Super Alien Blast, the new and updated version of Alien Blast. And here is
PSVR
update
Sport.
number
That looks
2.
cool. I want to play it.
Update to Demio.
Oh, PSVR Sport for Demio.
Welcome to the realm of the Rat Kings.
That's really fun.
Resolution did one thing for PSVR. That's it.
Yeah.
It was like Angry Birds.
This would be so good though. Like, you guys would love this shit. It's great. I played it last night at Wii 1 and it was super fun.
I think they'll jump back in with PSVR 2.
Hopefully. But it doesn't use
Blast
sticks
On's
at all.
upcoming
on
update looks
Quest, so
brilliant,
you
and
wouldn't
as
need
for
it.
Demio, let's just admit that the Rat King's going to wipe the floor with us many times over. Now, did someone say X-ray kill cam?
Rated M for mature.
Here we go.
Now, will they show the X-ray kill cam? That's the question.
I cannot
that's so
wait to
soon.
use the
That's
X-ray
awesome.
kill cam to
No,
shoot
man.
them in the dick.
Whoa!
What? Okay, fine, sorry. Anyway, we're on the home stretch now. We're proud to
Cena.
debut this next title coming to Oculus Quest in 2022.
I love you guys. That was
Hi,
fucking
my name's
great.
Josh Menrix, Studio Director at Secret Location. From the launch of our
Fucking
first
behind
game,
me
Blasters
again.
of the
Oh,
Universe,
it's
back in
Josh Menrix.
2017,
What up, Josh?
the VR community has always been incredibly supportive of our studio. And now we're super excited to share our latest project with you. Today, we're revealing the official teaser for our first competitive multiplayer game coming to Oculus Quest in 2022. Let's take a look.
Super cool.
Break it down!
Thanks so much to
Oh,
Secret
Nerf
Location for
VR,
sharing
huh?
the first
That's an
ever look
interesting-
at the new Nerf VR
that's-
game coming next year.
Even adults are
So,
these days.
it's
Oh, what
time
did
for our
Secret
final
Location
game of the
do?
day. And this
Everything.
may be one that you've already seen.
Okay.
It actually may be one that you've already played.
Transpose,
But this year, we wanted to close out
Yeah,
on an
okay,
experience that we personally believe is truly pushing VR interaction and immersion forwards. So please enjoy the following trailer.
I mean, it looks multiplayer. I love Animal Crossing, but this is way more kind of vibe. Animal Crossing is about like decorating your house and stuff, and being nice to people, finding fossils. said Renaissance Fair Rec Room. That's kind of how it looked as well. But that could be fun. I don't know.
And that was the Upload
bring it to
VR
PlayStation.
Showcase 2021. You can check out all of today's announcements and get some extended looks over at uploadvr.com.
A huge thanks to all the developers that took part today for making this show as awesome as it was. And of course, thanks to you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Zena.
Yeah, you guys kicked ass. That was awesome. That was really good. Just don't do that thing where somebody sounds like they're behind me. That was freaky. The audio mix went, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, that was pretty
and
crazy.
then the seizure thing. But otherwise, that was a great presentation. Lots of cool stuff in there.
Yeah,
man.
people
What do you
always
guys want to
say-
talk about
People always
first?
say, "Oh, there should have been a warning," but that's not how epilepsy actually works. Genetic blasted me with a $5 tip when the upload show started. Thank you very much, man. We appreciate you. It took 40 minutes for us to give you a shout out, dude. There's a lot of good stuff in that. That was a lot of fun. You guys have any,
Totally.
I mean, I don't think we need to go through every single one. I'm going to try to detail
absolutely not.
each one on like PSVR on tomorrow's PSVR this week. But man, it was really, really good. I mean, starting off with Fract, seeing everything that basically AJ was requesting. He's like, "What about? I want to see skiing. I want to see explosions." I mean,
I wanted to see more skiing. Yeah, and I got more of that, and that's exactly what I wanted. And, and little change of color palette. You know, just the subtle changes in that will go a long way for me, and it most certainly did. But yeah, Fract was definitely a big one.
It is a gorgeous looking game. I mean, I can't believe that's like in-engine, in-gameplay footage. Some of that maybe was a little bit edited because like the scenes where it was getting really cinematic and he'd like turn really fast and then duck down and then run with his arms to a place. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it was straight in-game footage or if it was a little bit spruced up, but it looked fucking great. I don't know. I cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah. Big show with the $2 tip. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you supporting the show. Man, we went from Fract. I think we can skip a bunch of this stuff. Obviously, Larcenauts and Waltz of the Wizard. None of this stuff has PSVR announcements or anything like that.
Well, but then I want to say specifically about Larcenauts, they picked the worst way to show that game off that they could because that character looked so dumb. Yeah, it was like, I don't want to. Can I play as a guy with a gun and shoot people like all the other people are doing? But he's just like.
And how much did it look like you were pushing a button to throw those fists? It didn't look like you were throwing fists. Like
Well, yeah, I don't know. It was a weird character to show off. I don't know about that.
But obviously the next one that came up that was super exciting. We've been dying to see more of Song in the Smoke. This one has only a 2021 release date for PSVR.
Even though it was mostly just a guy talking, I was so captivated by that segment. That was like one of my favorite, just like hearing from a dev who I haven't heard from before, like describe their game.
You are in for a treat, my friend, because I'm interviewing that exact guy tomorrow.
Really?
And
That's
so
awesome. He sounds like a really interesting guy to talk to.
Yeah, early this upcoming week, you'll be able to learn more about Song in the Smoke and maybe see some new footage, some behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm going to be talking to Jake Casdell tomorrow. So as soon as I saw him and as soon as I realized we were seeing more stuff, I was so excited because this is one of my most anticipated games. I can't wait to find out exactly how it plays. I said I've got a lot of questions for you, and I hope you're able to answer them all. So we're going to have some big discussions about all that stuff coming up soon.
Yeah, dude, honestly, guys, don't miss that because, I mean, I assume everybody in here was here for the show and saw the whole thing that we're talking about, but that will be one of the most interesting people to talk to. That guy sounds like he's got a lot that's going to come out of his brain when you start picking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really kind of an interesting way of thinking about the game design and stuff, you know what I mean, that I haven't heard from
I've
anybody
been wanting
before.
to hear more on Song in the Smoke. It was nice to get a little bit more gameplay because that one is definitely a little bit more interesting. It's, there's that Green Hell game, but we have a Song in the Smoke coming, and that one has definitely got my interest.
Well, so Green Hell had me more excited before I saw the trailer, to be honest. Like, it looked like the VR version could use a little polishing up. Things looked a little clunky, like the chop in the tree and the animations and all that stuff. Song in the Smoke just looked more smooth and streamlined and like polished up.
It was built for the ground up for VR.
For sure, yeah, gotcha.
That's probably why.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Song in the Smoke looks amazing. I love survival games, and that should be a really cool experience. I think the biggest surprise of the day, they did show Pistol Whip. There was some cool features and stuff. I love Pistol Whip, but I was really hoping to, I'm still waiting to see like this. I just want to play the new levels, the updates and stuff. the Western one, Smoke and Thunder, and I really want to hear the music and play it.
How did that style pack hit you guys? The style update. What do you think about that?
I mean,
I like the bullet hell thing. I'm not crazy
that
about
looks
the customization. Like, I just enjoy playing the game. But the bullet hell thing looks like a fun challenge where enemies shoot like multiple bullets at you. And I like that kind of stuff. I like an extra when, hey, I've gotten really, like, I can do all this on normal now or hard mode and like need a new challenge. Yeah.
Well, the one thing I think it'll be big for is like people who are like scoreboard hunters, because they said each of those modes has its own scoreboard. So it's a dedicated scoreboard for that mode that you guys have all agreed we're going to use this weirdo, version of the game, which could be kind of cool. I mean, for people, like you said, who want a challenge and have played the songs on hard a million times already and whatever, like a new leaderboard to be on top of, people are going to love that. Some people, obviously.
But like I was saying, the biggest surprise, easily, without a doubt, was Windlands 2 PSVR this summer.
Yeah, dude.
I'm so convinced that they were just going to hold off for PSVR 2. Because I've been pestering them for the better part of the last 2-3 years about this, and it was nonstop. Like, oh no, don't worry, it's still coming. We're still full force in development, but they never actually said PSVR 1. And I feel like even I asked them outright, and they still kind of gave me a cagey answer. So it's really nice to see that, like, they're gonna have like the full game, the multiplayer. That game just looked like everything I wanted for years. So it's nice that we're finally getting that one.
That was my shout out loud moment of the set, the whole thing, because like we knew about most stuff and we didn't really get like a lot of new info on certain things, but just when I saw Windlands, I was like, what could they be announcing?
Right.
And of course, yes, big moment, we finally get to fucking swing around 4-player co-op, shooting some bosses, getting shit done. I don't know if you guys played the first Windlands. This looks way more like a game to me, like a focused, fun to play. Windlands was a great
sequel.
locomotion system.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like this is like the I don't know, ground up, just totally better than the first one.
Yeah.
Like taking the locomotion style that worked, putting a game on it.
Yeah, because as big as the first game was, it still felt like a tech demo with big empty worlds. It was all about how do you traverse the world, and there's nothing to do really while you're doing that. There were no enemies and no one else to hang out with, no NPCs. It was just felt very, very empty. So it was cool. It was a cool proof of concept for what the sequel ultimately became.
Yeah, I think Windlands 2 will actually redefine the term hanging out with your friends in VR. It's actually be swinging around. Got him. That was my bad Jamie joke of the night.
There were so many bad jokes.
He knows he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no. Those guys are charming. So we really
Absolutely,
appreciate that.
Yeah. Once again, great job.
You stole the show.
Let's see here.
That dick joke was the other shout out loud moment. I was like, oh my God, Zena.
Right. Shout out to Scott Jesco, PSN Harry Feller for Life, with the 5 quid donation. Says, great show, hijack, boys. Made room for my PS5 only to knock one wall down. It's so big.
He had to knock a wall down.
Oh, only had to knock one wall down. It's so big. Gonna set it up later. Can't wait to play some Astro. Hell yeah, man.
That's awesome. Congrats, dude.
Yeah,
congrats. Oh, and real quick, apropos of nothing, this is my tiny should we or shouldn't we. Ratchet and Clank, if you have a PS5, is gorgeous, and it's the best looking game I've seen in my entire life. Super fun too.
Guys,
we can move on, but yeah.
We also got a release date for Traffic Jams. It's coming out August 26th. I mean, it's cutesy, it's fun. I don't know how long it's gonna last or how long we're gonna be playing it after the day it comes out, but I can't wait to check it out.
Hey, if it's gonna be a small game, as long as it's a good game, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
right.
Reasonably priced. If it's fun, I'll be happy too.
It looked a lot more entertaining than I considered it to be in the past.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the humor could hit the right way with me. Like, it's silly, it's zany, but it's not like, I don't know. Some VR games just hit you over the head with their style of humor, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think that one could work. So we'll see.
Something I don't know if I don't even know why this game exists. I hate saying shit like this before I've played it, but the game In the Hoop.
Oh, honestly, I want to go a little easy on this one. I know we're not getting it, so it doesn't matter. But like,
wait, what do you mean? It had PlayStation.
Oh, it said
VR
PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I thought it was Quest and
okay. Yeah, that was the one. I mean, other than Sam and Max, that was the one of the indie showcase there. That
if it's priced properly, I mean, if it's like $6-7 or something, like I'll probably pick it up. It looks like for a hoop shooting kind of game, if they get the throwing down right, you know what I mean? Because that's the big thing with PSVR games. It's always hard to get throwing mechanics to feel good exactly. But I have had games like Pierhead Arcade occasionally, you know, some games like that would have good throwing stuff, and like it looks like they're taking that and sprucing it up a little bit and looks a little nicer, but it still looks like a budget game, and it ought to be.
It looks like a piece of a budget game. Like, I mean, Pierhead Arcade was a budget game, and there was a hoop in there. So it was like, well, I don't know. It's just a little confusing. Unless, I mean, you know, they didn't show the later, maybe there's later levels, maybe it gets crazy. I don't know.
There were at least 2 different backboards that they showed. Like, they had the arcade style one that moved around or whatever, and then they had like the oh wait, was it moving back and forth like the arcade? I didn't notice if it was. Okay, yeah.
There was one.
And then they had the like standard hoop. But then at one point they showed you like in what looked like a like an apartment or something, and you were like walking around upstairs doing something else. And I wonder what that's about. There's probably a little more to it, but you know, budget game for sure.
We also saw a little bit of Sam & Max. I think that's really, really hard to convey in trailer form or in gameplay form. Watching it on a flat screen, it's really, you know, that game is like the epitome of everything I hate about VR. I mean, as much as I love Sam & Max, adventure games are all about conversations, and it's just like you're standing there as like characters talk to you. And so I think that's really, really hard to convey, like how that game is gonna land. And you said
that also kind of lands in that ballpark of games where I'm not sure if the humor is going to hit right with me, because I didn't hear too many good jokes in that, and they were yammering away the whole time. And so like, if they're just throwing bad jokes at me the whole time, like groaners, I don't want to play that, you know.
Emily Baxter, hashtag the game kitten rare with the $2 tip, says thanks for looping the only good game after the fall. Oh no, I didn't understand the tip until after I read it. Wow, I saw so many games that I'm excited to play. I'm sorry that you didn't find as many. Yeah, so Sam & Max, I think Dave, when I said it was coming summer, you said that was only for Quest, and then the other version said coming later. Is that what the deal was?
Yeah, so it said summer for Quest, and then all the other versions said coming soon. With no, they didn't say year, they didn't say quarter, it just said coming soon.
All right. And then we also got, Ionia coming Q3. It's like, I think I'm with you on that. It's like, we don't care so much. Like, we need to know that this game's going to be good before we care about like the
environmental impact of your company. Like, I mean, that's cool to know about, I guess, but like, I don't need a fluff piece for your efforts to save the world. I want to see if this game's good, and then I'll contribute to your company so you can keep on saving the world, you know.
Exactly.
That's, you know.
Yep. Let's see, only a couple more here. I Expect You to Die 2. Finally, we saw some new gameplay for that. I'm still curious about the locomotion system, if there is one, because or if it's going to be like node-to-node teleportation, or if you just literally sitting there, because they were showing some areas that looked like you were only doing a couple things in a specific area, where like you were pulling the curtain open at a theater or something. I can't expect the entire puzzle to be right there in that little area. So I was like, I feel like there's got to be a little bit more freedom in the sequel. So that's definitely something I'm curious about with that. And then Sniper Elite VR.
Sniper Elite.
Sniper Elite VR. So got some new gameplay footage there, right?
Yeah, still looks good.
A little bit of shot of the X-ray, which we didn't see at the last one. So that's we know that's been completely redesigned for VR. So it was nice to get a little look in that.
It's still hard to tell exactly how it's going to look, but I do have to imagine from what we saw that like all those bone fragments and stuff are actually like
that's going to look cool
in 3D space. Like some of them are coming towards you, and some of them are going backwards, and they're like suspended in air, like around him. It's hard to convey, I'm sure, in a flat presentation.
It was nice to see, though. The one other thing that I forgot to mention after the fall was that it was that they were talking about crossplay between all platforms, which is really, really nice. I think that's super important.
Oh yeah,
they pushed that game off for all platforms, so it's gonna be good to have people to play with.
I don't know if it's just the footage they sent over or what, but did you guys notice that it seemed like there were like some frame stutters happening in almost every shot that they had? Like the animations were a little bit juddery for both the other players around you and the zombies.
I'd have to take
that was a
look
little.
At it.
I just while I was watching it, like there was a lot going on screen, but some of it was doing that sort of like, I'll update my animation every few frames, not like every frame kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like to keep the game running at 60 frames, it looks like some of the characters aren't maybe moving at that full speed. I could be totally wrong, but they were chugging a little bit. I could, like, somebody, if I'm seeing things and I'm crazy, you guys let me know in chat, but I don't know. Looked a little chuggy.
Original Uberbitch, the bearded game cat with the €5, says, are we really not going to talk about the flying drums? And what about Boxing of Helena VR, where characters have no legs? Yeah, I think we can probably skip over stuff that isn't coming to PlayStation VR. But yeah, boxing. Yeah. I mean, the drum game was just like, what is going on here? I was like,
drummer too.
Enough of the Beat Saber clones, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's more fun than it looks, but it does not look fun at all. But dude, so many good announcements today, and a lot of good stuff to look forward to. They are really just packing summer absolutely full of games for PlayStation VR, and this just added like 3 more to the list of stuff I'm looking forward to. So good show, guys. Definitely. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Dave, for hanging out. Thank you all the game cats in the chat. It is time to get out of here, but we'll see you real soon. Oh, dude, AJ's stream tonight. We're gonna see AJ real soon.
Saturday night live stream. That's
right.
What, 3 hours from now?
Just literally 3 hours away.
10 p.m. Eastern, baby.
So make sure you subscribe to the Underground. Make sure you subscribe to Dave's Station VR. And we'll see all you cats later on. We love you all.
And make sure to request Dread Halls as always.
Yeah, there you go. Do it up. Yum yum.
We're gonna cue the cat. Nah, skip the cat. Who needs the cat?